Hold up. I have to say this before we start. Bartholomew!
Bruh.
Okay, I just needed to get it out of my system. I had to do it. But now that I did, we can move on.
Giving up your dreams to your silly demons. We're diamonds in the dust, oh, why can't you see it?
Hey friends, welcome or welcome back to another episode where I jokingly share my thoughts on whether or not a book is worth reading. As always, these are just my thoughts. You guys are more than welcome to disagree. The Knight and the Moth by Rachel Gillig tells the story of Sybil Delling, a diviner at Ashton Cathedral who interprets visions from mysterious omens for the people of Trom. Now, when her fellow diviners start vanishing, Sybil must team up with the handsome knight, Roderick, to uncover the truth behind her friends' disappearances and also the truth of the real nature of the omens. Now, right off the bat, I'm just going to be honest and say that when I was reading this book definitely reminded me of this painting that I'm going to include up here. But I loved everything about the story. But I'm going to highlight 3 areas that stood out the most to me and why I think this book is worth reading. So the first thing I want to talk about that stood out to me the most was the world building. Now, I've said this before in the past. Usually when I read fantasy stories, it could be a little bit confusing for me because there's a lot of things that are not really clear from the start of the story. In this story, I was able to immediately understand what was happening. Rachel Gillig has a way of describing the politics, the characters, the playing field in a way where readers can quickly grasp the scene. The other thing that I like about the story were the characters. Oh my goodness, the gargoyle has my heart hands down. But the reason why I thoroughly enjoy the characters in this story, I'm going to just be honest and I'm going to say, I think it's because of their backstory. The characters felt that real and they were precious to me. And the last thing that I really enjoyed about the story, of course, was the message, which was the quest for truth as well as shaking the establishment. These people in these powerful positions forcing upon the truth that they want you to believe. And then on top of that, to live your life based on their version of the truth. And I love how Sybil did not take that lightly and she was willing to push back. So of course, I gave this book a 5 out of 5 stars and I definitely think it's worth the read. If you read this story, please let me know your experience. Thank you guys again so much for the love and support and I'll catch you on my next video. Bye!